I'm Kate.
I'm Ebong.
And I'm Sonya. And today we're dishing with you from the Mayflower Hotel at Cafe Promenade. It's the longest serving tea place in town, before the Boston Tea Party even.
85 years they've been doing this.
85 years of pouring some of the finest teas in Washington. That's right, the Mayflower Hotel.
You can come here and get this done any day. They serve it every day.
And every day, and then they have two levels of two tiers of tea, just like the tea sandwiches. There's the high fancy schmancy one, which is the royal tea, which, do you get a crown and a sash?
Where are they? They might be fun.
Right?
Royal tea is $34 per person, and a regular tea is $28 per person, which is fairly affordable to come in high style.
And the good-looking sandwiches and snacks and crackers and stuff,
But this is great because it's actually in a very good location. Unlike some of the other places that do tea, I mean, Sacre Bleu, but some of the other places that do tea in the area, they're actually out of the district, so this is actually a very good place.
Well, even better, instead of telling people like, oh, we'll talk it over at Starbucks, come here instead.
Everyone wants to come to the Mayflower.
Great
That's right.
tea.
Including our guest today.
Our guest today is Darley Newman, who is a host and producer of EquiTrekking. And I said earlier that I have seen the show before, and I do like, I'm not really an equestrian type of person, or equine focus.
Equine focus.
I do tell you. But also tell us about how you marry equestrian with trekking.
Well, you probably like it. You don't have to be a horse person to like the show because it's all about travel and lifestyle. We go all around the world with local people. We horseback ride with them. We just went to Jordan and rode with the Bedouin in the desert. We ride, the local breed of horses. Uruguay with the gauchos, the American West with cowboys.
Do you get to wear all the outfits as well with these
I love
people?
it. I love the fashion.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Because some of the cowboys and horsey people of every ilk have some pretty fancy outfits.
I have picked up some really cool stuff, I have to say, all over the world, especially in Uruguay. The prices were amazing. You go into the shop, they hand make everything. I have an awesome gaucho belt. Whenever I wear it, people go, where did you get that belt?
A gaucho made it for me.
It's authentic.
It is what the gauchos wear, thank you. It is.
And chaps.
Got it all.
Really?
I have it all. You don't have to have all that stuff to travel and do this, but that's part of the fun.
So it's good that you pick it up while you're there versus can you imagine having to haul all that stuff to to your destination?
Well, it wouldn't be authentic then either.
Yeah,
you
and people make fun of you. And they'd be like, this American with her, thing made in China.
I borrow a lot too because I don't want to buy. I mean, I couldn't fit everything in my closet if I purchased everything, so I do borrow a lot. So that makes it fun too, though.
So how do you decide where you're going to go and what stories you're going to tell?
Gosh, well, we've done 33 episodes now. We've won an Emmy. It's an awesome show. I've had a list going for a while, and I just keep checking places off. I honestly want to go all around the world. We haven't done Africa yet. I want to do that. That's on the list.
Do you know some people?
Sorry, May.
So you're making a list of places that you want to go.
Yeah, I mean, we've amazing places so far, but I always have more. Like Costa Rica is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Ireland, Hawaii. You can't get much better than these places.
You came up with this idea, yeah? So how did you come up? You love horses and you love cultures and you wanted to tell people about them, or how did this idea become like all of a sudden you're a horseback rider?
I'm equitrekking.
Yeah.
Well, I've always loved horses and I've always loved travel, and I just kind of wanted to marry the two, and I thought it was a cool concept because when you do go equitrekking, you're out in nature, you're with you have to be with the locals because tourists don't go a lot of the places that we end up trekking.
And is equitrekking an actual word, or is it something that you've made for
Did you
this
coin
purpose?
it?
We coined the word. Spread it around, guys. I'm just kidding.
Oh, good. Every time we say it, we're not going to have to pay her royalty.
That's great. It's very unique in the sense that I would never have thought of thinking, horses or equestrian with actually travel. I never would have thought that at all. So it has to be interesting. For example, you said Hawaii is a place that you'd like to visit, and so is there a horse that's indigenous to that region?
Actually, on Hawaii's Big Island, there is a herd of wild horses. It's the only herd in the state of Hawaii. It's in Waipio Valley, the Valley of the Kings. It's a beautiful, lush valley. People live there, and they kind of live off the grid and live off the land. And there's this wild herd down there, and you can go and ride the wild horses that this woman who's grown up. They actually are a little bit wild, I have to tell you.
Wild-ish.
Riding the wild horses. Wow, tell us about that.
My horse was very vocal, like every time, because they're spread out through the valley, and my horse was calling out to the other horses in the back of the valley while I was on him, and I was trying to talk and do some on-camera stuff, and I was like, yeah, this horse is not gonna
How does a horse call out to other horses?
Whinnying.
Oh, whinny. Oh, okay.
Neighing.
They can be quite loud, and when you're in a valley and you're surrounded by these like 1,000-foot cliffs that are covered with waterfalls. It's absolutely gorgeous, but they kind of echo the sound, so you're like, where am I?
That's got to be interesting. Dealing with, you're on a wild horse and you're not trying to tame it. You're trying to enjoy a ride and also do some on-camera work. So how did you even have the idea to consider even try? I mean, listening to this right now is actually scaring me.
We have to try it.
You know what I'm saying? Like trying it. That's what I'm thinking. That's like trying it. How did you get to the point where you were comfortable enough to jump on the horse, get back on the horse?
Oh my gosh, I've ridden so many different horses at this point. You know, I never know what I'm going to get. I have to tell you though, like the people that we ride with, they do this, a lot of them do it for a living. So they have horses that are trained so that you can be a novice rider or a beginner and get on and you're going to be fine in the saddle. The horse is going to tell you what to do. You know, you may not always want to listen, but you know, don't eat the grass. But
well, you told us one story about a horse that maybe didn't cooperate so well, but that was a wild horse. Do you have any other stories of just times that it was just a disaster?
I mean, we definitely had our moments where I'm like, I don't know what's going on. We went to Utah and we herded bison on horseback.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Okay, it was a little scary.
How can I join your show? I would love to be
How can you all join the show? How can you watch the show? Tell us that.
Actually, our new season is airing on Monday nights at 10:30 p.m. on Channel 32, PBS around here. So you can also check our local listings. We're on at other times and watch EquiTrekking in the DC area.
Do you ever take people with you EquiTrekking? How can Sonya get in there?
You can actually go we have a travel company as well now. Okay. I started it in January, so you can take an EquiTrekking vacation and you can go ride with the people that you've seen on our show, which I think is so special.
That's awesome.
The people are great. We love these people. You can go ride with Atala the Bedouin in Jordan. You can go to Turkey and ride with my friend Ahmet. So now other people can do the same things that we have.
And herding the bison?
You can do that too on Antelope Island in the Great Salt Lake in Salt Lake City. But you got to be a pretty good rider for that one.
I am up to the
Yeah,
challenge. I'm telling you.
I can only imagine her on horseback.
It'd be like a lot of this.
So what's been your favorite experience? We've asked you about some of the tough ones.
Well, I always love to go to Ireland because I love the people. And you can ride to the pub. I mean, that's fun. Like, seriously.
And there's no driving under the influence.
Can you ride under the influence?
I don't suggest it, but you know, people tend to do that when they ride from pub to pub. No, it's fun though. And I mean, anyone who's been to Ireland knows people are so warm and nice. So that's just a great place.
Is it only horses or is it camels and donkeys?
That's a very good question.
Thank you.
EquiTrekking is horses.
I don't know what the right term is.
We've done camels, and that was tough. I have to say, they're much tougher to ride and guide than the horses. The ones that I rode a couple of different ones in Jordan, and it was difficult.
Wow. Well, what's one major thing we should expect for this new season?
A lot of adventure. And just, the new season's really exotic. I mean, we do national parks in the U.S. That's part of the new season, but also just going to South America and the Middle East. It's stuff that maybe you haven't seen before. So I think that's neat.
I want to see the Hawaii.
Well, if you want to see Hawaii and all of the other national parks in the United States that Darley is visiting, check out EquiTrekking. We're so happy to have you on the show. And as always, we're so glad you joined us right here on the District Dish.